Everybody can go. Everybody can go. Everybody can go.
Hey guys, hey, and welcome to the season finale of the Everybody Can't Go podcast. I am Whiskey, your host, and I'm here with my co-host, Lou Rowe. What it do, yo?
What's happening? What's going on?
How's it
How are
going?
you? Life is going. Life is
Oh,
definitely
good.
going. Yeah, life is
Yeah.
definitely going. How are you?
Before we rolled the cameras, I was like, let's just get this over with. That's kind of
Yeah,
the energy. I am fatigued. I didn't
but
even run this by you, but full circle, our first episode was called Things We Lost in the Fire. Just kind of talking about how our healing journey, closer to God journey, has led to, us losing things and the fire that comes with being molded into a new person. So this is Things We Lost in the Fire part two. Um,
mm,
yeah, for us to talk about, how it's been.
yeah,
The
yeah,
last the
absolutely.
last several months. We kicked this off in February. So now we're in July, the very last day of July, basically August. So how are you feeling? How's your journey been? How's therapy? How's family life?
um, I'm the same as you. I'm pretty fatigued right now.
Yeah.
Pretty fatigued. Very isolated.
Yeah.
Like just going.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
isolation's
very,
an interesting one.
yeah.
I fight about this, right? Because I feel like there is something to be said for healing happening in community. There's something to be said for what we're called to do when we get closer to God. But my God, people, I can't do it. I love isolation. Like isolation is bad.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. I'm just not feeling peoply, and ironically, I'm about to go on family vacation. You speak about family. Family is good, but we're actually about to go on family vacation, and I'm gonna have to be peoply because I'm gonna be around thousands of people. So,
You're going to be
um,
around a lot of people.
yeah, and it is what it is. Maybe the fact that I'm isolating from my normal everyday. I'm isolating from the normal everyday and the normal, I guess, the normal surroundings and the normal everyday interactions of people
Hmm.
that I interact with every day. Maybe being around all those other people won't feel the same. Because I really don't have to interact with them.
You
You
don't,
know what I'm
but
saying?
hey, let's be let's be honest with ourselves.
Mm.
Mentally prepared is going to be jarring. Have you some
Yeah,
scriptures that you can recite? Because yeah, I feel that. I've
yeah.
been trying to immerse myself back into connecting with people, and being a part of communities. I hate it.
Hmm.
Honestly, I just
Hmm.
absolutely hate it. It's been very difficult, I think, to interact with people post pandemic, because certain things have gotten lost in translation. And I find that our soft skills are gone. Like people don't say excuse me anymore. people kind of talk to you crazy like they do online. Like I noticed, like I just joined Threads.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's like a softer, Twitter. Definitely no porn on there, so that's great. um, but I noticed that, oh, this is why people talk to you crazy in real life, because that's how they're interacting online. And I have to assert so much, like, hey, I'm just talking about a TV show, or I'm just saying an opinion. Please don't talk to me crazy on my page because I have a temper and and
yeah,
I'm trying not to
yeah.
go there. Being around people is very jarring after periods of isolation. So, I'll be praying for you.
Yeah, large set facts. People are losing their humanity online. They really are.
And I
It's
don't think
really crazy.
it's crazy. I think the thing that I hate is the gaslight of pretending that online is not a real place. Like we treat it like a separate realm that doesn't have ramifications in the real world. When
Exactly.
we know it does, that's why we pay attention to like when celebrities unfollow each other and what that means. And there's all these certain things that you do on social media that do affect you in real life. So the fact that we're like, oh, it's just online, you're not going to talk to me crazy anywhere. Like
Yeah, be it online or in person, whatever.
or
Yeah,
in person, and
yeah.
I think in person is the hardest part because I just have this violence that's been boiling up inside of me that I need to work on. And I think the only way to work on it is by being around people and exercising that muscle. But it's rough.
Yeah,
It's
it's
rough.
rough, especially when you don't want to. And then you know what I'm saying. Then they make it even rougher with their nuances and shit. Like, bro, leave me alone, man. Like seriously, like leave me alone. I as much as you try to make the a day normal without. Well, let me speak for myself. I try to make a day normal without
Hmm.
social media. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
take the social media break and everything like that. But it's almost like you almost have to have some form of interaction with it because people almost don't interact with you outside of it. Like
Yeah.
I got a partner that, you know what I'm saying, like there were times I don't hear, you don't get a text from him, you don't talk to him, you don't hear from this dude, and he all he does is post on social media, but you text his phone and you get no response. And I'm not the dude like, oh man, you know what I'm not about to text you back and be like, man, I see you posting. I know you know what I'm saying. I know you see my text and
Yeah.
all that. I just you know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. That's the way you if that's your form of communication. I ain't rocking with that, then we just
Yeah.
ain't gotta communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not nah man. There's
Yeah.
gotta be a better way to separate social media and well for me for myself, I just gotta find a way to just just
Well, that's
access
where I
that
feel
way.
like this is where you start losing people in the crevices and
Yeah,
making those
exactly.
changes. And
Exactly.
that's where, I've become such an Instagram person because it's just easier to do business there.
Right.
Arranging things, curating shows, that kind of thing. But I absolutely hate it. And especially Instagram has become like a place for just people surveillance, I call it. And it's starting to seep into my psyche. Like I feel like I'm being watched all the time. And I'm like, oh, this is unhealthy. This is not good. And I think of like what you said, like, oh, I might lose connection with certain people because I'm not online as much. But then I realize that's not actual connection. That is someone posting the thing
Exactly.
that they want you to see, saying the thing that they want it heard that they're saying. But who knows if that interaction is like real? And I'm starting to, I don't know, hate that it doesn't feel real. And I know that I'm not challenging myself to correct connect with people for real because it's easy to just double tap on somebody's post or leave a heart out emoji and that feels like, yeah, girl, I was bigging you up, but that's not the
Yeah.
same as I called you and asked how your day was, which takes more effort. So I'm trying to get into switching off and being more into connecting with people, especially networking with people who I've met, who I say I want to hang out with, and I'm being met with, oh, those people didn't really want to connect.
Yeah, because you know everybody, hey man, we got a link. We got a link. You know what I'm saying? It's always, hey man, yeah, let's link up. Let's do this, or let's meet up. And how many times does it really happen? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
everybody says it. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, like running into the old friend or the old classmate or whoever you ain't seen in so long. Like that true live had a best friend from junior high school that I reconnected with, you know what I'm saying, when I was still on Facebook. Come to find out he had a
hmm
Facebook page, reconnected
Facebook,
with him.
dear God.
Exactly. That's how long ago this was, right? So this I want to say this was maybe reconnected with him, maybe it might have been 23, 22 or 23.
Yeah,
And you know what I'm saying, I hadn't seen him or heard from him since junior high. And this was my dog in junior high. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
yeah,
like, oh man, it's my man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out he was, you know what I'm saying, he was kind of local. He was up in B-more. Had a partner that we all went to school with that was already living in B-more. Like, all right, bet. Man, hey, we got to link up. So I'm reaching out to him. Hey man, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? How you doing? It just set up. And all the shit was one-sided. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, I just had to let that shit go, like, yo, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, hey, good to see you still living, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
tried.
had to say it to yourself. Yeah, tell me, say, hey man, it's good to see he's still living. You know what I'm saying? He out here, but that that is past, and
Yeah,
it's where it is for a reason. It can't be one sided. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
you just got to learn to live with that. You know what I'm
The,
saying?
well, it's hard, right? Because we know that's like a thing, but for me, who feels very deeply and can put a name to it, it's like those micro rejections make you just not want to try. It just makes it like, why am I putting in this effort? I don't want to try at all. And then boom, isolation. And isolation is bad. Like,
Right,
we love us some alone time.
man. Like seriously, like
Oh my
seriously.
gosh. What's your answer or compromise to this online disrespect demic? For me on threads, I'm seeing it as like a deeper experiment for me to deal with the new tone of people and assert myself. So every time someone comes at me, like one time, I watch Love Island. I know it's trash TV, and dear God, but I watch Love Island and I like make commentary on it on threads, right? So I said something, and the way I comment online is I say they, or I put out vague statements so it doesn't look like I'm saying you need to and y'all and all this. So some woman wrote on my, you need to read before you write something down, or she said something, and I was offended as a writer because what we not going to do is comment on my writing. Like, I'm very intentional about how I do social media, so we're not going to act like I just was foaming at the keyboard. But I just responded and I said, hey, on this page is all love over here, and I don't deal with people talking to me crazy. And I gave her a tip. I was like, one of the things I do so it doesn't seem like I'm jumping on people, instead of saying you and y'all and personalizing it, I just say they, or I say people or some people, to make it like not targeted. And I was like, and maybe that's something you could do, but I was like, just a reminder, you don't know me and I don't know you, so don't talk to me that way. So it's been
That's
this
it.
thing that I'm reasserting. And what I notice about influence online, especially, is that the people who follow you, who follow your art or are interested in what you're doing, they usually follow the temperature of how you are. Like we had Lou, when you weren't here, excuse me, we had Angela on, and she
Mhm.
is a feminist who has built her TikTok following, doing like debates with red pill dudes online. And she has moderators, like a group of women who like assist her in this work. And I was telling her it's very cool because her moderators have taken on her energy. Like they curse, but she doesn't curse. So they have a swear jar. And when she'll leave the live and they'll be on it, if they curse in her absence, they'll tip her money because they know they weren't supposed to be cursing. So I'm like, people will take on the energy that you assert. You just have to assert it. So for me online, I've really been big about asserting, you're not going to talk to me crazy. And it's more for me than for other people because this year I've been coming to terms with the fact that I have a temper and I have a violent streak. and, and that's my work to make sure that I'm not out here, acting a fool. So yeah, I see it as like I need to work on asserting this. And online is the best place to do it because I'm not physically there. And then I need to take that energy in person. What do you think about it?
Yeah. Um, to answer, largely to answer your question, to be honest, I don't. Short answer, I don't. I don't. I don't interact with people online. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm barely on social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm on there when people send me stuff. You know, and everybody
Yeah.
sends people. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason why I have a TikTok is so I can see the stuff that people send me. But do I go on TikTok to scroll? Nah, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think you
Like
should.
yeah, I don't. I don't because I don't want to pick up the habit. You know what I'm saying? I do
Yeah.
the one thing that I do scroll on is Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to like get myself away from that one. You know what
How
I'm
you
saying?
gonna
Because
name the worst one?
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But even on there, I just scroll. I don't interact. You know what I'm saying? I just scroll. See, because I don't have the patience to back and forth with people. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
really I really don't. And knowing it's not gonna go nowhere. I'm not even about to put the energy into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless it's people that have that can have a sensible conversation, that can debate and have dialect without without it always going left. And what I'm saying,
Yeah.
respect. If you can't respect perspective, I choose not to even what I'm saying? Like, get on Twitter or you get on any of these platforms and there's always, the top five this and who's the goat at that and what do you think about this? And then, like you said, the red pill and the blue pill conversations and all
That's like
like,
opinion.
all those of opinion based debates and all of this, like people don't, I learned a couple of years ago, like online, people do not know the difference between fact and opinion. And just
No.
knowing that, just knowing that alone, that saves me a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
'Cause you know what I'm saying? Because when you don't
Yeah.
even know the difference in those, it just saves me a whole lot of trouble not to even put the energy into it because
You're
I'm
an
gonna end up pissed
idiot.
off. Yeah, I'm gonna end up I'm
Sorry.
gonna end up pissed off. Yeah, like I'm gonna end up pissed. I'm setting myself up. You know what I'm saying, to argue with a fool and to prove that you know what I'm saying that I am one. You know what I'm saying, for even arguing with
Essentially,
me.
it's a big energy drain, and I think I've been feeling so drained because I have been spending a lot of time on social media. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but tied to being an artist and the fear of being seen and feeling like surveilled all the time, it makes me not want to post or share my art or what's going on. But then I feel like there's value in being consistent in it. So I've been trying to consistently be online and post just to let people know like I'm still out here doing my art, that kind of thing. But it is draining, and I'm paying attention to how much energy it takes from me and how many things are set up to drain our energy. Like you go on these posts and there's like before and after, and then you sit through like 30 seconds of the before and 5 seconds of the after. You have to like scroll back to see the after results, or there's a part 2, or there's a vague comment or vague caption or no caption or all at all, and you have to go into the comments to see what's happening. And I was like, this is how they're sucking my energy because I don't even care about this stuff in the first place. But then you get so curious, and I'm like, oh, this is why we're walking around like so drained because this is not fun for me. People not completely communicating, putting half-ass captions or saying not leaving context. I think that is ruining the way we communicate. And I just absolutely hate it. So I'm like, I don't think I'm gearing up. That's why I said that's kind of why I was like, let's just get this over with because I haven't even been properly promoting the podcast because I'm just exhausted of social media. So I'm like, I'm at a breaking point. I'm a little burnt out. So I need like a couple weeks off. And then shout out to us. We have an Instagram page. The Everybody Can't Go podcast is our Instagram. So I was like, I can just go back when I feel like it and start posting our clips there. But I can't do it right now because I'm just exhausted of it.
Like I said, not enjoying being watched. At least you won't fall victim to the self syndrome or self itis. But watching it, I can see what it says. Not ever represented, but
Oh,
watching
but
it
watching
all
it
for
all for
all,
sure
draining.
is
Yeah,
draining. Yeah,
it
I
is.
think that's the thing I've been struggling too is like how to um do this stuff and stay in the art pocket without going into the just the narcissism pocket of like
Yeah,
being too branded and then everything is me, like it gets draining, and that's kind of what people like and reward. And I'm starting to notice that too, is that the prettier you are and the meaner you are, the more people like you. So it's like if you can make yourself look the best and be the worst kind of person, those are the people being elevated. And I'm just like, oh, I can't do this.
yeah. So social media, where you get rewards for being a shitty human being,
And I'm
right?
trying to like do the opposite.
Yeah.
Selfie syndrome, also known as selfie-itis, refers to compulsive behavior of taking and posting selfies, potentially indicated a mental health concern. Oh yeah, I definitely think that's what it falls into, right? Because when you start to like on my Patreon, I do outfit of the day, and then like in the morning I'll post like a little video blowing kisses or something. But even if I get too caught up in that, I'm just like I started to get really self-conscious about how I look and how I'm being perceived by others. And it's just like that's not where I am mentally in my personal life. So I hate that trying to brand this image is kind of like moving my thought process there because I'm 41. I was literally on the metro and I saw this like cute guy and I felt myself sucking in my stomach. And then I was like, nah, and I poked it out. I'm 41. I ain't got to do this.
Yeah,
But you get caught up in that and it makes you so like
yeah,
self-centered. And I'm like, I just can't do it because I don't want to be centered around myself. I want to build community. I want to connect and love on people. But it's hard. I need a break.
yeah. I I would like to do those things, but I would like to do them on a hands-on basis where I don't need social media to do it. It's
Yeah.
like social media is where the world is, and I want to turn the world off. At least
Yes.
that world, that what I'm saying, turn that
Yeah.
world off, live in my bubble, and do the things that I'm doing without, what I'm saying, without any type of um promotion
Yeah.
like just a whole lot of lights and glam and all. Like, I don't want to do all
Yeah.
that, man. I want to be over here. Like, I want to just disappear. My people like, damn, I ain't heard from Lou in a minute. Yeah, but yeah, and somebody else tell him, yeah, man, I talked to Lou the other day, man. He good, man.
Yeah.
Just chilling. He's just chilling, taking care of his family, man, and it's out the way.
You trying
You
to
know
be
what I'm
on
saying?
your
I
John the
just
Baptist.
exactly. I'm
Just
just trying to be
eating
out
crickets in the
the
woods.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just out the way, man. For
I
real.
yeah, and seasons and season finales.
Yeah,
Breaks are
real talk.
mandatory, absolutely, but I think that the difficult part for me is that spiritually with everything that's going on in the world, I think that the this is my personal thoughts and feelings toward it. I think that the breaks get few and far between, and I think we have to get used to what it is to be exposed to this stuff because we're gonna be out here and things keep happening and happening and happening. So as a person who leans into breaks, I don't know that I get to do that. Especially when it comes to taking a break from people. Like I can go away in my cocoon and take a break from art stuff. But even the way I show up at work, like people at work are like in my face and oh your energy and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't please leave me alone. So it's kind of like a when you come into an agreement with being a light with in communion with God and like I'm here to show the love of God and go wherever you take me, God, that kind of thing. when God is ready for you to be seen, he's ready for you to be seen, and there's nothing you could do about it. And that is intrusive.
Yes. Yes, I know. So about to say that's the hard part. That's the part. You like, come on, man. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm gonna do everything you said, but I gotta do it outside. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Can I do
Like,
it from the privacy of my own home? Yeah,
yeah.
and that's the integration part of healing, right? Like you have all the tools and stuff. Like I always think I'm so patient and such as in person. And then I was at the car rental place waiting. And I was like,
Looking like the teddy bear joint.
I was so close to losing my mind. And by the time I went to the counter and politely talked to the woman, she was like, "Thank you so much for not going off on me." And I said that was the Holy Spirit because I was ready to flip all this stuff. And it's like little things like that are a witness, but you have to go outside.
Yeah. And then you feel the conviction. Well, I know, 10 times there be times where I feel the conviction where you want, you know what I'm saying? You didn't mind being outside when you were doing the work for the, you know what I'm saying, for when you doing
The
all the
work
other
of
work.
Satan.
Yeah, exactly. When you was doing his work, you didn't mind being outside and
When you was
dancing
at
and getting
OCO.
that is not never gonna be funny, bro. But yeah, when you out there, you ain't mind doing the work and being outside there. You know what I'm saying? Now it's my turn and you want to be cocooned up. You tired. Mm.
It's hard. It the implementation is hard, and
Right.
even we've talked about this. What did Logic say? I mean, you could
He said
drive
you
around
could
and see the people through the window too. Blessings. What up, y'all? Praise him. Just bump some gospel. The implementation is hard and being around the people is hard, and that's kind of where I am mentally, is that I know I need a break because I'm thinking about like not retiring, but but just some aspects of what I do just feel so thankless. And there's this thing in kind of the a wave and a smile from the car goes a long way, and the gospel music.
This is a good
Listen, if
touch.
you see me out hung twice for Jesus, that's all I got. It's difficult to implement these things around people, especially this season iteration of people. It's literally revelations playing out before our eyes. Like the hearts of people are going cold. There's a lack of empathy. There's a lack of social cues and knowing how to interact with each other. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it anymore because it feels like pouring out so much into others and not getting anything back. And that's kind of where I'm struggling, like artistically, with curating shows and wanting to platform artists. But I'm like, I've met so many people who sidle up next to me and want the opportunity or want to be around me, but then start acting strange and befriending my networks and then acting like they don't know me anymore or ostracizing me. And I was like, this doesn't feel good. And I'm
Yeah.
putting all this money and energy and time into people who act like I stabbed their mom or something.
Yeah.
So, and I know that's part of it, but I'm like talking to God, like maybe we can pivot in a different direction because I can't do this. Like, this is just a humiliation ritual. Like, this gets stupid after a while to keep doing this and keep being hurt like this and keep being drained like this. Yeah, the implementation is hard. Like, I know we're supposed to take it, but I ain't got 77 times 7. I'm ready to square up. I'm ready to punch everybody at any given time. Like, I don't think people know how close I'd be to punching them in the face. And that's my work. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it.
Yeah.
And I was debating whether I was going to bring this up. things we lost in the fire. I had a very humbling lesson. I had talked about it before on the podcast. It was one of the episodes you weren't on, and I was all like rose colored glasses, like, oh, I'm going to go and allow myself to be loved on. And I was thinking I was strong enough to hold on to my self esteem. and, you know, and rekindle a friendship with someone I had no business rekindling with. And then I think it was like a, I don't know. Since we started the podcast, I feel like it's held me accountable for a lot of things. And I think the work that I do in the
Yeah,
women's
man.
empowerment space has reminded me how I'm always seconds away from giving in to stupidity. From I'm always 2 seconds away from still going backsliding and being the person that I was, that I'm not as strong as I think I am. And that's another one of those. If I isolate in the house and I don't deal with men or people at all, then I don't have to worry about the temptation of of sex. I don't have to worry about the temptation of losing my temper on people. I don't have to worry about any of those things because I'm not around them. And that's when I realized, like, oh, I have to strengthen this muscle of resistance.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and that muscle's weak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I,
Discovered that that's a weak ass muscle.
mm.
We're gonna have to hit the gym, do some
Yeah,
squats.
that's that shit, dude. It, yeah, that one right there, the muscle of resistance, man. Um, hallelujah to that one
Yeah, the
because
muscle of fleeing
know
from temptation.
yeah, I I know that one firsthand, and it, man, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Mm.
It's a muscle that, so I have been very staunch about like is an ill name. Yeah, muscle of resistance. That is a muscle that I
Yeah,
have to keep working on. And I didn't realize it because I've always had this message for women. And we talked about this too, I think the last podcast about the curse of Eve and how it's like a supernatural yearning for women to want to be in relationship.
yeah,
So as much as I talk about like decentering men and telling women that you have to find a way to kill the parts of you that wants that so badly, and discovering in my own life, like, oh, you might not be able to kill it. You might have to integrate it and just understand this about yourself so you can be strong in it. Because I was thinking I've killed the parts of me that
yeah.
wants that. Like, I don't need no nigga. I'm a strong, independent black woman. And then grief happened and I
Right.
found myself weakening and that muscle was not strong and I found myself being susceptible to the same things. And it's like, how did I get here? Like, I've literally tried to like open myself up to dating and stuff, and I've been in these situations where I'm like,
Nah.
how did I get here? So it's like having to, yeah, all the things that I know, all the tools that God gives us, implementing them in real time, not great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That becomes the struggle of the walk. You know what I mean?
Because you have
Yeah,
to do
that
it.
yeah,
It's
that becomes the
nonsense.
struggle. That becomes that becomes the struggle of the walk, and that usually comes from um what's the term I'm looking for? Like not expecting it to be so rough. You know what I'm saying? Down,
Yeah.
not even downplaying it, but take it, or not downplaying or taking it for granted, but sleeping on it and then think it would be as tough as it is. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's how a lot of backsliding happens. Yo, I got this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
Like
I'm strong in my
you go
convictions, and I would
exactly,
never. And
exactly.
for me, it's tough because having a history of dealing with uh just nonsense behavior, being where I am now and dealing with nonsense behavior, I'm like, I'm too good for this, but here I
Right, right. How am I not the person that I, you know what I'm saying, I project for everyone to be? How am I not that person?
How am I
I
not
was,
that person? How we fool ourselves. And I
yeah.
realize how much I've been fooling I'm always in my queen energy and I'm always this, and these past couple months have been a very humbling experience, and it's like, oh, you still have voids and emptiness that you have to take care of. You have to exercise those resistance muscles. You have to exercise the muscles so that you are matching who you think you are versus how you actually show up, because I did not show up great in some of the situations I've been in.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh wow, I am humbled.
You
Just
humbled, humbled, but human, and that is the grace. You know, that is the grace that we have to give ourselves.
yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That
saying.
is,
It is always humbling, but it is. We are very, very human, man.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
hate it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where that's what fosters empathy when you get too big for your britches. I mean, that's the thing that keeps me. And I have that, like, I grew up in the church and, basically a cult, the SDA church. So I have that legalism thing in me. And it's like, God gonna kill it every time. And it's like the thing that it really humbled me. It's just like, oh, okay, you have, and it's so funny because when you know, I lost my virginity like late, considering, by culture it's considered late.
Yeah.
And that was always a bragging right. I was always like, look at me and my purity over here. Y'all, hoes.
Yeah.
Like, and then, I went through some things and had like two whole phases, and I was like, I'm gonna just be quiet about this here. And I felt it creeping back in when I entered onto the celibacy journey. I was like, after a year, can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm gonna have bragging rights. But I told myself, like, as loud as I am about the celibacy journey while I'm in it, I have to be loud about if I backslide. And I don't like that part. so, 3.5 years, it was a great run, but then, I have to reset it. It is the humility of having to reset it and knowing that I'm still susceptible, I'm still human,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I have to figure out who I am in grief, who I am in sadness, and how do I not let those be voids and not start chasing after something I know is not good for me. So yeah, it's been a very humbling past couple of months. Things we lost in the fire,
Mhm. Yeah.
the old celibacy ticker is restarting, and we're back in the saddle.
Mm. Back in the saddle, man. They say you
Back on
fall
the
off the
wagon.
wagon. Yeah, fall off the wagon, you get back on, man.
I did not fall
You get back.
off the wagon. The wagon came to a screeching halt, and I flipped out of it down a ravine, through some trees and branches, got scratched all up, and was found face down in a creek. And the nigger from The Simpsons came and said, ha, ha, like, humiliation ritual proportions, levels of this. But that is part of being human, and I think that is why I'm trying to do. I know that I was what one of the reasons I was so susceptible to backsliding in that way is because I was isolating and I wasn't connecting with people, and I hadn't been making those efforts. So I just started idealizing this one person that I was like, oh, that will be the remedy. And so I'm trying to be better about having community and connecting. So, I have places for comfort and in love, and to be able to receive. But that's hard because like we said earlier, people are the worst. So yeah, it's just been like
Yeah,
a struggling
yeah.
time.
It's man. And you think about these things, right? So you think about these things that we grow that we're going through as as adults. All of these, they might not be the same exact scenarios, but all of these things are things that our parents went through as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
that 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 they didn't have proper resources and things of that nature to help them get through. And do we view that as a generational curse? Nah, I'm not gonna say it's a curse, but it's just part of
Yeah.
life that you know what I'm
It's
saying
part of life.
that we as even as our race haven't had the resources to battle these type of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't always have the proper insurance to go see health doctors and psychiatrists and therapists and everything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We barely had any type of health care, you know what I'm saying, for
Yeah.
years. So, they had to suffer through these things and get how they live and pass on the best way, you know what I'm saying, to get through it to us.
Yeah.
And they self medicated.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I mean? You
Them
know
the
what I'm saying?
generational curses, how they self
And then now
medicated.
that's the curse. Exactly. Now that's where the curses and everything come in because
Yeah.
that's what they pass down.
Yeah. No,
Myself,
for
you know what
real.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, and that's where addiction becomes a thing. You know what I mean? And oh man,
Yeah, it's heavy. And I think that's why I feel like Gen X and millennials, like it's been intense for us because we do have the resources, and we can name what it is. We
right,
know what it is. We know the origins. We know how
right.
deep it is. We're doing the work of trying to meet ourselves deeply, and I think that is just like too much information. Like, I'm so sick of me. Like, I get it. I'm a
The,
disaster. Like, wrap it up.
but the beauty, I guess the beauty or the delight in some of it is as we raise and what I'm saying, the generations behind us raising our kids and all that, they're seeing it. And like you just said, we have the resource and everything. So we're able to identify it and explain it to them as they watch us go through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because everything with our parents was hidden. We just knew we had a place to stay. We were fed every night.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, and everything was fine. If we left, you know what I'm saying, and I'll speak from place of transparency. Like if we just up and moved and went to live with grandma, we just up and moved to live with grandma. Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't know that the parents was fucking up the money, and you know what I'm saying, we
Yeah.
lost the place. We didn't know that,
Yeah.
but
You're just like grandma time. Yay.
yeah, we just gonna live with grandma. Maybe grandma, you know what I'm saying, wanted us to come live with her to help her or something.
Yeah.
We don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we just look and 9 times out of 10, it was more than one family in there. So you might have had a cousin that was already living in there. Now you get to see your cousin every day. You growing up with your
Right.
cousin.
Like
You know
it's
what I'm
lit.
saying?
Like
Yeah,
this
you
is
know
a
what I'm saying.
party.
But this was what we felt as love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The whole time it was a struggle that we didn't know because
Yeah.
our parents didn't want to look at didn't want us to look at them as failures. So, and of
Right.
course, you have that, and you have a child stay in the child's place, so everything ain't for the kids to know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
But there
but
needs to
now,
be truth, and I think
yeah,
that is the major gift I feel like I can give to my kids that wasn't given to me. Not
yeah,
that my parents were being deceptive, they were being like, a kid stay at a kid's place, this ain't none of your business, like you good, that's all you need to worry about, which I understand on
exactly.
some level. But also, like, if I had known that you guys weren't savvy with money, that could have been an area that I could have gotten better on. Like, I tell my kids, like, I ain't good with this. Like,
Yeah,
mommy's like,
yeah,
I just try to make a lot of money so we're not in a
yeah.
terrible position. But like, I'm not good with this. And I want y'all to be savvy on like finances. I want y'all to take the classes. I want y'all to pay attention to this stuff. And I tell them, this isn't my strong point, but you have an auntie who's on top of her finances, who does all that stuff. You talk to her. And it is, another humbling thing because the way my youngest looks at me whenever I tell her I have a flaw is just like, "Ugh." Like,
Peasant.
yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna need you. Like, I have to check her and be like, okay, I'm still like paying the bills and I'm your, but she looks at me like, how dare you be imperfect? And I just have to eat that. I just have to be like, yeah, shut up and go to your room. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I had to, when it got really intense, I had to get real with them about smoking, because I didn't want to hide it and I didn't want to always shut my door and like lock them out and feel like, and I had to like be like, hey,
Yeah.
mom is
Hey,
smoking.
same thing here. I asked, and that was the conversation. Transparency. That was the conversation I was almost scared to have with
Yeah.
mine because I was coming off the alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't want them to think I was trading one for the other. You know,
Right.
and so I had that conversation with them like, yo, hey, pretty sure y'all done smelt it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what
Right.
time it is. Hey, yeah, look, like let's have the discourse here. Are y'all comfortable? How do y'all feel about me smoke? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all cool with it? Does it upset y'all? Do y'all think it's you know what I'm saying? It's about to like about to be a bad way with it. They were like, no. I'm like, all right, well, let me just explain to you. Like, I smoke, you know what I'm saying, just to relax and heal myself. Like, as y'all can see,
Yeah.
I do it here. I do it to just to decompress from the daily shit that I go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to decompress from those things. You know what I'm saying? I said it just helps me relax and deal, with the anxiety and all of that things of
Yeah.
that nature too. And they totally understood. They totally understood. And you know what I'm saying? And the behaviors of me smoking are so opposite ends of the spectrum of, you know what I'm saying, when I was drinking. So they like,
Right.
oh,
Like you're not a
you know what I'm saying?
menace
Exactly.
and you're
Exactly.
here.
And I'm not, yeah, and I'm here. I'm not out, you know what I'm saying, in the street doing God know what, you know what I'm saying, wrecking cars and everything
Yeah.
else of that nature. So, so they understand and they know it's not an everyday thing as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It just like just need to take the airs off. So it's cool. But it feels good to be able to have those conversations and know, you know what I'm saying, where you stand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I need them to know
Yeah.
that I'm human. I'm so grateful
Like I
it's
said,
legal now. Go ahead.
yeah, back in the day you was a thug for lighting the blunt. Yeah, of course. I'm thankful that it's legal now and everything, but I also have I feel a way about it because the government only wanted that, they only legalizing it now so they can have a hand in it. And now it's feeling so stepped on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a whole another conversation.
Well, yeah, and part of why we need is because we're like not really thriving in a capitalist society. It's almost as if it's a
Exactly.
disaster. So, so that part is tough. And then to not make it a habit where I'm just numbing my entire life, where I'm just numbing out. And I know that, it was my dad's biggest kind of worry because he was a huge weed smoker for a while, for years and years and years. And I know
Mhm.
he felt some type of way that most of his children, took on the same habit. And I think about that too, like your influence is big with your kids, but I've told them too, like I don't want you to smoke. Like I smoke so that you won't have to. Like I'm trying to get my life together and function in a way so that you don't have to deal with the stresses that I am dealing with as a single mom, like living this lifestyle and the decisions I've made that have led me here. But you really can't control what they're gonna do or how they're gonna
Yeah,
perceive it. Yeah.
yeah. And also, um, as much as we say that, you know what I'm saying, like we doing it so they don't have to, they're gonna end up being adults. So they're gonna go through some shit that we ain't gonna be able to save them from, and there's a chance that they would, maybe I want
I
to take the edge off. I'm not encouraging it, but
no.
you know, um, that may be the possibility. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what would they do? You know what I'm saying, when they become adults, to take the edge off. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah. I still haven't figured out where I stand with it morally. And I think that has been another theme for this year. It's just like there's so much gray area that I have not worked out as far as like what is right or wrong or good
Yeah,
or
yeah.
bad kind of thing. And I think that's part of it, just existing in the gray. And I'm doing my best to be led by where God is taking me. But then I haven't been close to God lately. I've been kind of pulling away. So there's a lot. There's a lot
It's,
to it.
V Smile said, I never judge, or the common winner rate said, I never judge anyone for what they indulge in as long as they aren't harming anyone. Amen.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, and I think the weed conversation is so nuanced because it is like the hippie in me is always like God was like life's gonna be hard. Let me sprinkle a little something down there to help you. So I mean, there are times that I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to smoke and I can't find like my stuff, and then I'll spot it from like the corner of my eye, and I was like, look at God, and I was like, wait a minute, is that? I
Yeah.
don't know if God helped me find my grinder. Like there's. There's so much nuance to it, and I think the thing I'm working on is just not wasting energy or not utilizing my energy feeling guilty about those kind of things, and just like leaving things with the grace of God. And that's difficult because I want to be perfectly obedient, but as we see
Right.
this summer, I've been the opposite. I just feel like a bad little kid.
Yeah, as we just we can strive for perfection all we want, of course, but we know he doesn't expect that of us. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's good to strive for, because you'll never get there, but you're striving for it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get there. You'll never get there though.
Yeah.
And that's the good part about it, man.
That's
We're always forgiven.
yeah, that's hard for me to um take in. Yeah, that's a hard thing. I think that's why I'm a little distance from God, because it's hard for me um to believe I am forgiven, and
Yeah.
especially since after I went on the trip to go lose my celibacy, I came back and I wasn't repentant. And I had to talk to God about it. I was like, I'm not sorry yet, because I feel like I needed to go there to break a soul tie in the stupidest way possible. Like I had to hurt myself out of it. I had to like make it painful to be like, oh, this is not only totally wrong, that relationship is not what you thought it was, and you need to totally like rid this of your system. And I saw the bigger lesson out of it, but I was like, the way I got there was not of God. And that's
Yeah.
something God's been showing me
Yeah.
forever. But I was like, is the stove hot? Check. So it's kind of like a
Not the Tommy Boy train though.
this is me going to Florida to see that dude. This is I cannot. Oh my god. Logic is a legend.
Goat man. Look at that.
First of all, that is one of my favorite movies.
Oh man.
And that is an accurate portrayal of what happened. I don't know why. It's like I'm standing on the top of this mountain and I'm being shown all the things, and I was like, let me just go down there. And yeah, it was rough. That is exactly what happened. And I I am in the aftermath of what this is. I am literally just beat up and hurt, and I did it to myself. So what can you? So I'm struggling with the God's grace part because I know what I did was not great. It was wrong. And when you
Yeah,
know that you're doing wrong before you do it, there's even more consequence to that. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's been a
Yeah,
struggle.
the conviction weighs even more heavier.
The
Yeah,
conviction, yeah, and like there was stuff happening that was just demonic. Like, and I was like before I went down there, I'm like, oh, it'll be a friendly visit. And the dude's texting me. He's literally like, I wanna take your soul or something he said intense. And I was like, well, that's I already booked the flight. Can you chill on the like are you possessed? What is happening? It's just it's hard to operate and not and feel like you were on the right path and on the narrow path without wanting to just feel good. It's like
yeah.
you're on the narrow path and there's snakes and stuff and there's all these obstacles and you look over and the center's is partying and you be like, what if I drop by the party? I'ma just
Just say what's up. I ain't gonna
right,
say
I'm
anything.
gonna
Just say what's up.
evangelize. Y'all love Jesus over
Yeah.
here, pass me a drink.
Mm, mm.
And it's you have to stay on the straight and narrow path, and the straight and narrow path is very lonely for me and it's very tough for me, and I've just been struggling with it. I've been having a hard time, so I'm just hard ass make a soft behind. Definitely been.
Haven't we all? Oh,
Yeah,
ha- haven't we
yeah.
all?
But we have choice and we have free will, and that's what I chose to do with my free will, and that's just what it is. It's just a tough path, and getting back on has been difficult since then. It's been difficult to read my Bible more and to spend time with God and to sit with God. It's been so hard, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm glad we have this season finale because this podcast holds me so accountable. Like I can't be on here and lie. Just like, yeah, what's your scripture of the day, Lou? Like I've been reading my Bible, so I feel so far removed. And I was like, I just need a break to try to get back. And it leads to everything because then I've been like binge eating and stuff. I'm just totally off of most
Yeah.
of my wellness
Yeah.
practices. And
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can attest to that because there are times when I'm read. So I try to, you know what I'm saying, open the Bible up every morning, read the daily devotional, get the word and
Yeah.
everything. And I find myself just being honest, and I know God knows, but I find myself like, all right, let me hurry up and do this so I can say I did it for the day so I don't break the streak. But do I really want
Right?
to? But
Because
do
you
I
know the
really want
Bible
to?
app be
No.
gassing you. It'd be like, hey, look
Exactly.
at you,
Yeah.
3 days.
But you know what I'm saying? But there's times where I like, do I really want to? No, I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? I don't this ain't what I want to hear right now. I just want to tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you get tunnel vision on everything else. When you start having that tunnel vision where you're removing God, then that's when things really start going.
That's,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? See, that's when things really start going. So I gotta keep them. I gotta keep them somewhere. Gotta keep them like somewhere around. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
That's been for my thing is it has been the honesty of sitting with God and being like, I know I'm being distant and I know that I'm trash right now. Like when I got back from my church, like I know I'm not sorry yet. I know I'm not repentant yet. And God help my disbelief. Like
Yeah,
just help me get there. And I keep my prayer has been like, Holy Spirit, well, I need all of that. I need the whole
yeah.
arsenal. I whatever you got, like
Mhm.
give it to
Mm.
me because we not doing well over here.
I find myself being better or more comfortable and more active when I just have regular conversations. Feast myself, you never know how much the inner work on yourself can inspire the next. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just found myself being raw. Like
Yeah.
some days I don't want to do the scripture. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
I don't want to do the scripture. I don't want to do the devotional. I don't want to
Yeah.
do the Bible plan. I don't want to do all that. I just want to have these conversations, be real, authentic, transparent conversation. You know what I'm saying? And let that be my devotional for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cut the music off in the car. We ain't gonna ride with no music today. We just gonna talk to
Yeah.
God. You know what I'm saying? We just
Yeah.
gonna talk to I'm just gonna talk to God all the way to work. Like and that's I feel some there are more days where I feel more comfortable in that
Yeah.
than the traditional, reading the Bible and trying to study the word and everything. And
Yeah.
it feels it feels like it's wrong, but you know what I'm saying? I do have spiritual advisors like my sister where she tells me like those conversations are they 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 are counted as the same.
Yeah. It's
So I
all
should
part
so
of
I
it.
shouldn't yeah, so I shouldn't feel, what I'm saying, I shouldn't feel bad, but it's hard to not feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Not doing
Yeah.
the traditional way, you know what I'm saying, with the
Yeah.
scriptures
And
and
that,
all that.
I think it's a balance, and it's my dad's voice in my head. Just the reading the Bible is us intentionally getting to know God, and it's like I just feel guilty, like, oh, I don't want to know God enough because I don't feel like reading the Bible today. So it's like getting rid of those thought processes and just realizing that that's making things worse. And I just need to chill and let whatever needs to be. And if it's just talking to God today as opposed to completely avoiding God,
Right.
then that's progress. So yeah, I think what V said is right. It's just that's why I like the podcast because it has held me accountable and made me be transparent about where I am with my walk and the things I struggle with. But I'm tired of the transparency. I'm glad this is season finale. I need a second of privacy. Like this is not okay.
Yeah.
It feels so exposing, but we gotta call it out. You gotta
Yeah.
confess your sins one to another and like talk about what you're doing and work on things. It just is what it is. But my God, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
It's exhausting. Yeah.
I just said some just talk to God 2 minutes before they sleep. Round the work with God is dope, Blue. Yeah, really.
Why am I catching
Yeah.
strays? What's some people? Why am I in it? Just we all get to be a work
Yeah.
in progress, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's the beauty of walking with God. And yeah, it comes with a lot. Yeah, and I'm just tired, so I'm glad that we decided to do this podcast.
Yeah.
It's been really cathartic for me. It's been a good thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait for, where are we doing this again next February? I'm
That's not even for
serious.
the um ho- however long it takes for us, you know what I'm saying, to heal and redirect. You know what I'm saying? I don't even put a timetable on it. It just when it feels right, we'll know.
Yeah.
When it feels right, we'll know.
Don't get me in my hippie bag because I'll be like, okay, 2028. No, we'll be back in February. We'll take the long break because I think that's just good because school season is coming up, and then
Yes,
it's just
yes,
good
yes.
to not be in this spotlight for a while. And yeah, I'm interested to see like where life takes us over the next 6 months or so. And I just pray for ease. And that's the thing I've been praying for. I just pray for ease because this has been rough. I know grief has been rough, and literally losing people from this world through death has been tough, on top of losing friendships and losing people you thought you were close to because you've healed into a different person. And that's really been the struggle for me is I keep trying to go back to places that no longer align with me because I'm just not that person anymore, and it's not
Right.
even comfortable anymore. So I think that I wouldn't have even noticed that had we not had this podcast. I would have been in there still trying to make it work. But yeah, like
Yes.
this has held me accountable. It's like, girl, this ain't it. You say you are doing a thing. Um, so continue to do that thing and continue on the path, even though it's hard. And my God, it's hard. Yeah.
Yes. Piggyback what you said, this podcast, like the along with the accountability, it has also shown me how much more of the help that I've been receiving that I needed that I
Mhm.
didn't know I needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even with starting therapy. You know, so
Yeah.
I started therapy the same time we started
Black man in
this
therapy.
podcast. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like I started therapy the same time we started this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just even just that journey, you know what I'm saying, has been maybe I wouldn't have started without this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Who
Yeah.
knows? But like you said, with the grief and everything that we both been going through, you know what I'm saying? Like it's been a lot, man. It's been a lot, but I am definitely grateful for this podcast. I don't have these conversations with nobody but you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like these type of conversations, they've always been a blessing and um, I want to say what's the word? They've always been a blessing and a guide when we had them in my office or my cube or wherever we had them when we used to work
Yeah.
together. You know, then
Yeah.
we've always been able to take something from them, even if they were the smallest thing or the smallest subjects. So to have them,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, to have them on a full fledged platform now, man, is
Even if folks
it's
don't
been
listen, even
hey.
when your friend call you, be like,
Mm.
"Don't go to Florida." And you at the airport, like, "Nah, yeah, you right." Like, Logic was like, "Just meet outside."
uh,
That excited.
shout out, also shout out to all of the wonderful guests that we've had. You know what I'm
The
saying throughout
wonderful
the
guests. We've
season.
had
The
some
wonderful
amazing
guests,
guests.
some
Yeah,
amazing people, man. We've had some amazing people, and you know, and
yeah,
to see and hear about their journeys and everything has been a blessing as well. And shout out to the dopest producer like ever. You know what I'm saying? The man.
the dopest. Like that Tommy
The
Boy thing, man.
shout out to Logic, man. Like without this podcast, I don't meet good, knowledgeable,
Yeah,
sensible people like you. You know what I'm saying? And all of the people who have logged in. Miss V Smile CV. Thank you.
yeah.
You
Shout
know what I'm
out
saying?
to
For tuning
yeah,
in. Thank you for tuning in, for interacting. You know what I mean? Everybody that has came throughout the whole season,
yeah.
man.
It's been an
Everybody.
experience. I can't wait to do it again. And yeah, we'll see where it takes us because I know that you're community based and you want to do some things in the community. So whatever
Yeah.
we can do to get behind that and link that into the podcast, however that works, that
Yeah.
can be the move. And I like what Logic said is that we could do specials for like holidays or something, or if there's something we want to
Yeah,
hop
yeah.
on and talk about.
Check-ins. Yeah,
Yeah, so I
for
like that
sure.
idea because the irony is like this is the only time we talk other than you talking me off the deep end, right? Like I'm not going to talk to you for 6 more months, and then literally our first episode back and be like, tell me everything that happened because I don't know. But I do want to have I have my Whiskey Nights podcast on my Patreon, and that's more like in depth, very personal, and we can talk about everything there. So I do want to have you and Logic on that. I'll be kicking up that season in the fall just because I just think it's good for us to have deep connections and conversations with people. Y'all have kept me off the deep end of misogyny. I mean, and misandry. Y'all have kept me from just hating men during the difficult times I've been through. So yeah, I think that this has been very meaningful. Yeah, and definitely keep up with us. That is the Patreon. Okay, you remember, make sure you're not showing people what they're not supposed to see. But yeah, that's the Patreon, patreon.com/whiskey girl dc, and it helps me with the feeling surveilled with social media, feeling like everyone should be privy to all of your art and all of your pain and your hurt and stuff. So it's just a safe space for me to create. And the podcast is the same thing. It's a safe space to talk to other creatives and get real in conversation. We do have our Instagram page, the Everybody Can't Go podcast on Instagram, and we'll be posting like the highlights of the guests we've had, the clips and stuff. I post clips on my Instagram page, but they're more like me centric because it's my brand. But this is where you'll hear more from our guests, what they had to say. You'll hear more of the topics of conversations and stuff. So looking forward to running it back for people to catch the highlights of everything that we've kind of done this season. But very, very proud of this. I think it's so
Yeah.
meaningful. And it's been important for, integrating this part of my life into, this. So shout out to everyone who's made this possible. Logic, the best producer.
Yes, for sure.
Jokes on jokes.
For sure.
And yeah, we are coming to a close. We did it, Joe.
We did it.
We did it. And to all, a good night. This has been the season finale of the Everybody Can't Go podcast. Keep it locked here on this page. I'll be posting like performances and some of the women's empowerment stuff that I do. And we'll be back with some fun episodes sooner rather than later. Thanks for rocking with us.
Love y'all. Peace.
Everybody can go.